Good morning, everybody. Today is the first day of my vacation this week, and I'm absolutely loving it. It's cloudy, it's really humid, and I feel like I have asthma setting in because I'm having a hard time breathing a little bit this morning because of the humidity in the air. I've already been out and about to Walmart. None of that is either here nor there. But when I came home, I bought some Fuse banana colada, if you like. Is it Fuse or Fuzzy? I'm not sure. I just know it's good. I got a comment on my Trayvon Martin video this morning. Somebody had asked me to do another video about what I thought about his bond hearing since it had been revoked and he had turned himself in. Well, I knew that was going to happen because after his first initial bond hearing, where they set his bond at, I think, $200,000 or $250,000, whatever, or $100,000. I don't remember how much they set it for. But anyway, you pay 10% of that if you have a bail bondsman to get out. And so it came out after that that he had over $200,000 in the bank from a fund set up that people had been contributing money to for his legal fees. He had over $200,000, but he did not disclose this money to anybody, not even his attorney. So after it was found out, I think his attorney took control of that money. And it was said then on the news that what would probably happen would be the judge would revoke his bond, he would be rearrested, and a new bond hearing would be set. And that's exactly what has happened. That's exactly the way it happened. The only thing about it, though, is they have been finding out since this happened that he has been lying about more than one thing. For example, and his wife has been lying. They have the jailhouse tapes. That's what Casey Anthony was well noted for, those jailhouse tapes. And on those tapes, it has his wife. George was asking her how much is in the account. She said, I'm not sure. He said, do I have one? And she said, you're $8 short or something. And they think that they were talking in code, meaning, do I have 100,000? You're $8 short or whatever, or 800 or whatever, from being 100,000. So she knew how much was in there. So and then when she got on the stand and they questioned her about money on the account, she said she didn't know how much was in there, which in fact both of them knew. So, and he knew she knew, so they both lied about it. Then there came another thing about another passport. He had to surrender his passport. He had another passport that he did not surrender. Now granted, this passport had not been stamped, so basically it's invalid, but the point is he kept it to the side and did not surrender it. And never told anybody about it. That's another lie. And she was caught on the jailhouse tape saying something about that passport, but I'm not sure what she said about it. So she knew he had a passport that he didn't surrender. So it's basically making him look like a liar, even more so than what he is, and made his wife look like a liar. But they can't really make her testify against him in a court of law because of the fact that she is his wife. So basically anything she says will be null and void. But as far as his lies go, he just keeps lying and lying. If he lied about the money, if he lied about the other passport, then you got to stop and think, well, what else is he lying about? His next bond hearing will be June the 29th. And I'm sure that it will probably be, it's going to be at least set for the bond, for the money that he's got. Probably even more. Because I feel sure he'll probably make bond again. He'll end up getting out again, but he'll probably end up being broke. I think out of the $200,000 that he had, which he didn't use any of it for bond, they said he used X amount for relocation expenses, to hide out. $50,000 was given directly to him for him and his wife's living expenses. $50,000, really? And no, you don't need $50,000 living expenses if you had to have somebody else pay your bond. So, and then certain people have said, they've been showing on the news where Zimmerman did have looked like his nose had been broken or whatever. And he did have all these abrasions and cuts and blood on the back of his head. But so what? And then people say, well, he did have all that. Trayvon must have really beat him up, like they said. But so what? Like I said. So what? He pursued Trayvon Martin. And nothing, no blood, no broken nose, no cuts on the back of his head is going to change that fact. He was indeed the aggressor. George Zimmerman was the aggressor. So George Zimmerman bought that shit on himself. So he can't cry about it now. So in a court of law, they say once a person has lied, been caught in a lie, not you just suspect him of lying, but been caught in a lie, like he's been caught in several, then the court has the right to discount and discredit everything they say from here on in. Even in his trial, the judge has a right to discount it, which means the judge has a right to discount everything that's said in his next bond hearing and not grant him a bond. But I think he will be granted bond simply because of the fact, and this is what they're going to say, he will be granted a bond. It's going to be at least for the amount of money that he's got, if not more. And then they're going to say, well, he was granted bond because of the fact that he turned himself in both times. That's what they're going to say. So we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. But nonetheless, my feelings about the case has not changed at all. He's still guilty. He still did it. He should still go to prison. And he bought it on himself. And that's the way I feel about that. And until next time, bye-bye.